Hey everybody, it's Timothy here with Manorox. We are already in the pack, so let's cut this short. This is, I don't even know what episode this is, but this is going to be one of our final few Chaos drafts, and we've got a couple good ones. We've already seen the power of Icy. I might just take it again. Mobilization's also kind of cool. 3 mana to pump out 1/1s. Good little mana sink. You don't get cards like this, but Icy Manipulator is very difficult to beat. I mean, we saw it in the whichever draft had Helm of the Host. Shock's nice. Regular Root Wall is okay. Wild Griffin's okay. Don't Know You. Target creature can't block. That seems not good. Divination with Moonfolk. But easy Icy, and it keeps us open. Mobilization's cool. And probably a good sign that the person we're passing to is probably going to end up white, so we'll try to stay out of white if it's not the best color, but who knows? Who knows? Icy has been in a lot of sets. I think the last Icy we had was from Mirrodin. This one's from 10th edition. Triad of Fates. I don't really like that card. Favorite Hoplite, though. Favorite Hoplite. Sea God's Revenge. God, I love Theros. Look at all these cards. Grey Merchant, Sea Gods, Wave Crash, Aqueous Form, Favorite Hoplite, and all this stuff. Omen Speaker. I'm going to take Sea God's Revenge. 6 mana, bounce 3 creatures, scry 1. Grey Merchant's also very solid, but if we end up not being black, it's not that solid. Aqueous Form and Favorite Hoplite are fine, and Wave Crash Triton's personal favorite of mine, but we can play Control. I haven't recorded a Control video yet. The one I did was Jeskai, and I had some sweet cards in there. I had Jilt, Curious Homunculus. At one point, I copied a kicked Jilt, which is a very weird statement to say. And let's hope we can get some other stuff. Pass in more good white to the left, which is notable. Someone might be tempted to take Triad of Fates. All right, Monstrous Onslaught is sweet. Ether Chaser is a nice one. Metallic Rebuke's okay. Dispersal Technician sucks. I think this only bounces Artifact. Yeah, this card sucked in context of the set. Monstrous Onslaught sweet if we end up green, which doesn't look like we're heading there. And Metallic Rebuke is playable. Perilous Predicament, also pretty bad if your opponent's not playing artifacts. But Ether Chaser is just hard to block 2/1. Makes a little dude when it attacks as well. We're not going to have extra energy floating around, so this will be a one-shot. But I think it's the best card in the back. Play Blue-Red Tempo or something like that with what we have. And my approach to these Chaos drafts, as you've already seen in a lot of the other videos, is just take what I think is the best card out of the packs until either I have a strategy in mind, like Control or Aggro or Burn or something like that, Mill even, or until I know exactly that there's a color pair open. If I get a really late card that just screams a color pair is open or something. Here, this is Rise of the Eldrazi. Counter target spell, look at its controller's hand. Not really a big fan of that. Mammoth Umbra is very nice. 6 mana, 3/5. When it dies, gain 4 life. Also Vendetta. Destroy a non-black creature, you lose life equal to its toughness. Vendetta is kind of hard to pass. It's really good. Can damage you quite a bit. But I think the 2 cards I'm really considering here are Vendetta and Mammoth Umbra, and they both require us to be in a 3rd color, so I'm just going to take the removal spell. Also, my experience with these Chaos drafts is if I have a card like Vendetta in my deck, most of my opponents will be playing majority black creatures. Adeliz, huh? Adeliz could go sweetly in a blue-red deck. Also, Cold Water Snapper. Power Stone Shard, not as interested in. Adeliz is just a fine creature on its own. Sky Knight Legionnaire. And sometimes gets pumped. Yeah, we could be on the lookout for other wizards, too. It's either that or Cold Water Snapper. What am I wheeling out of this pack? Befuddle's fine. Playable card. We'll look for ways to splash Vendetta. Alright, into M19. So all of the standard sets, apparently. Double cast. Sea God's Revenge seems like a pipe dream. A lot of green open here. Regal Bloodlord is fine. I think we saw this in another video. Unfortunately, Foul Orchard doesn't do anything for us, so I'll take double cast. Maybe I'm supposed to just take like Hostile Minotaur here. Again, be like maybe Tempo, Aggro, or something like that. Have Sea God's Revenge and Icy Manipulator as these top-end cards. Alright, Whetstone. Each player puts the top 2, so Millstone both people. 3/3 Trample for 4. No. Phyrexian Ghoul's sweet. Power Taint. Okay, we're not going to make a joke there. The beginning of enchanted creatures upkeep, that player loses 2 life unless they pay 2 and it cycles. Shower of Sparks deals 1 damage to target player and 1 damage to target creature and target player. Veil of Birds. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, if it's an enchantment, it becomes a 1/1 bird. And then Vyashna Weaponsmith, 4 mana 2/2. When it becomes blocked by a creature, it gets +2/+2. Power Taint seems okay, but I'm just going to take the Shower of Sparks. Ooh, Aquamoeba. Hey, cards I really like. Obsessive Research, Ophidian. Straight up Ophidian. Wall of Diffusion, 2 mana 0/5. When, it can block creatures with Shadow. Okay. Might take Ophidian here. For those of you who don't know, this is one of those creatures, if it goes unblocked, you draw a card, but it deals no combat damage. Also, Mana Prism, which is decent. Would help us with the Vendetta here. Not that we necessarily need to play that. I'm going to take Ophidian. Alright, back to the opening pack. We have 6 mana 4/4 that has a bunch of colors on its card. A 2/3 First Strike for 4, which seems bad. Threaten, the OG Active Treason, and then the Duct Crawler, which kind of sucks. Just take the Minotaur, I suppose. Or we could take Threaten, I suppose. We could take either of these, I suppose. Take the little First Strike guy. Wow, nobody wanted Favored Hoplite? Definitely taking Wave Crash Triton here. Shower of Sparks does work with that. Not that that's really that much of a combo. 6/2 could be the beats. Could also take Consulate Turret to go with Ether Chaser, but that's asking quite a bit. The bounce guy is not very likely to come up here. Got a lot of mediocre creatures here. Boom, boom, boom. Power Stone Shard is a possibility. Is Wave Crash Triton a wizard? Hey, and a double cast. Double cast into Shower of Sparks, not really that good. Double cast into Sea God's Revenge, boom. That's really good. I'm not really looking to play these cards here. I don't even really like the 6/2, but if that gets in there, it hits pretty hard. This seems bad. It's a 1/1 flyer for 1 that you have to work for. I'm assuming this set had like an Enchantment Matters theme to it. The art's kind of cool. It's like her robe dissolving into birds. Alright, so pack 1, we came out with 2 or 3 really strong cards. Ophidian, Icy Manipulator, and Sea God's Revenge are nice. Arena's kind of cool, but I don't think we're taking Arena. Riftwing Cloudscape is very good. Cancel would be fine. 2/1 Shadow. And then Ib Halfheart. Whenever another goblin you control becomes blocked, sack it. We do deal 4 damage to each creature blocking it. Sack 2 mountains. Could be like a game ender. Hey, this is an advisor. Goblin Scudder. 2 mana 2/1. Sacrifice it. Deals 2 damage to target creature with flying. And it loses flying. Okay. Well, this is very easy, Riftwing Cloudscape. This card is great, especially if you suspend it on turn 2. Kind of fits exactly what we want to be doing as well. Attack in the air, play a bit of a control game. Don't think I'm going to play double cast unless we find a really good reason to do so. Probably won't main deck Shower of Sparks either. But kind of like where we're going here. Alright, Fumiko's nice. Torrent of Stone's also pretty good. 4 damage to target creature. Fumiko makes all of your opponent's creatures attack, and then it Bushido's herself equal to the number of attacking creatures, which means she gets +X/+X whenever she blocks or is blocking. She's not like amazing or anything, but she does open up like Ophidian and all these other creatures to get in. Your opponent can't leave back blockers. If a creature dealt damage by enchanted creature this turn would die, exile it instead. This seems terrible. Toils of Night and Day. 3 mana, you may tap or untap target permanent, then you may tap or untap another target permanent. Seems neat, I guess, with Wave Crash Triton, but I'm going to take Fumiko. What is Shuriken? Untap, deals 2 damage to target creature. That creature's controller gains control of Shuriken unless it was attached to a ninja. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to wheel much out of this pack. Torrent of Stone. Maybe Torrent's just the pick. 4 damage to a creature. And let's pick Fumiko. Fumiko is the cool card. Cabal Coffers. Not quite. Churnin Eddy. Return target creature and target land to their owner's hand. Alright, I'm kind of in for that. Cephalid Sage is it's fine. You have to get Threshold to make it good. Chant. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice this creature unless you discard a card. And then Sonic Seizure is an additional cost to cast a spell. 3 damage to any target for 1 mana, but you discard a card at random. Don't know if I like that or not. I think I'm going to take Churnin Eddy. Does put my 4-drop slot pretty high. Emblazoned Golem, 2 mana, 1/2, kicker X, spend only colored mana on X, only 1 of each color. Okay. Face of action, counter target spell unless its controller pays 1 for each basic land type. Reef Shaman. Alright, I like this. Razorfin Hunter. It's just a pinger for 2 mana. Pays us out for being blue-red. There's a strong chance we could even wheel this, but I'm not going to take that chance. Target land becomes the basic land type of your choice. Alright, if we wheel, I guess Evasive Action, we'll consider it. And then there's Raka Disciple, which I'm probably not playing, but it seems like a straightforward pick. Also, Goblin Merfolk. Twin Bolt's kind of sweet. Tigum Strike is nice. Sidisi's Faithful is okay as well, but pretty easy Twin Bolt here. Split up 2 damage however you want. Shower of Sparks, Twin Bolt. Picked up this is another spell that works decently with Wavecrash Triton. Deal 1 to them, 1 to this, tap a creature, doesn't untap, something along those lines. I don't know if Churnin Eddy's actually good, but it seems decent. Everything seems decent here. Except 6/2. But, again, 6/2 gets in there. When you go that into Sea God's Revenge, they have no blockers. This looks sketch. Goblin Raider. Lava Axe. I like Memory Lapse. Black creatures get +2/+0 until end of turn. That is not a black card. I mean, it's a black card, but it's not a black card. Lava Axe. It's actually a Lava Axe. Alright, Memory Lapse. This counters a spell and puts it on top of its owner's library. Seems good for a tempo-based game. Basically makes them skip a draw step. Although if you're really far behind, Memory Lapse gets a lot worse. I also hate this art on Memory Lapse. But, hey, that's just me. Deck is shaping up. Could use an actual, like, really good finisher creature. That could be it. Alright, so this is a draw spell. This is a creature that bounces a creature. Only a tapped creature, though. This cares about you kicking spells. And then, what does this do? Destroy target land. Yeah. So this guy, he's a 5 mana 4/3. When he enters the battlefield, you can dump as much red mana as you want into him. And for each red mana, it deals 2 times that amount of damage. So if you cast this for 7, it deals 4 damage to your opponent. It is very expensive to do that, right? Surikar Banisher might just be a little bit more up our alley. Bounce a tapped creature to its owner's hand. Card's sweet and all, but we're not really a ramp deck. We're not going to have, you know, a bunch of red mana or anything like that. Double cast into Churnin Eddy seems really strong. Double cast Twin Bolt is fine. And by fine, I mean just fine. I like Singe Mind. Brain Bite. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a card from it. They discard it. You draw a card. I know this card. Draw 7, discard 3 at random. Definitely up our alley, but not going to play it. Take cancel here. 4 mana 2/3 Echo. When it enters the battlefield or leaves the battlefield, deals 1 damage to each creature without flying. Alright, pretty easy cancel for us, I think. Still have 2 black cards I wouldn't mind splashing. I don't know how good Drastic Revelation will actually be, because we are going to have a lot of instants and things like that we're holding on to, but this does refill a hand. Probably not going to play it. Okay, a whole bunch of nothing here. Maybe, and then this just does nothing, right? Does a whole bunch of tappy, untappy shenanigans. Doesn't cantrip or anything, though. It's a whole card to do that. This will probably be the first thing we cut here. The art's cool. Don't know that I've ever seen this card. Kamigawa, in general, is one of those blocks where I see cards and I'm just like, I don't think I've ever seen these. Coral Net, Cabal Coffers, a bunch of other stuff we're not going to play. Whoa, that art. What in the world? Alright, we'll take Coral Net. This doesn't even seem that good against green or white creatures. I guess if you slam this on their first drop, like they go 1-drop green creature and you put this on it, they're just going to sack that creature. So there's some play there, but not amazing. Got 18 cards coming out of pack 2 and a game plan. This does help splash. It also messes up your opponent's mana. Play Rocket Disciple, give creatures flying, some Minotaur Wizard. Alright, I'm sold. Naga Wizard? And Sidisi's Faithful is fine. Kindled Fury is probably okay. Goblin Raider, I'm not going to play this card. Ooh, Full Art Forest, look at that. Look at that beautiful forest. Alright, pack 3, hit me up. Are you a wizard? No, of course, you're a Surakar. Oh man, that card's really good. Uh-oh. We just not have a real pick here. The only blue card in the pack reveals your opponent's hand and makes him discard traps. Bunch of good green cards. Windboard Charge is fine. I guess Blade Tusk Boar is a card, but we literally can't wheel anything out of this pack. There's just nothing we'll play. So Blade Tusk Boar it is. 3/2 Intimidate for 4 mana. Not an exciting first pick. Not by any stretch. Also, not a Wizard Boar. Keep going back and forth on double cast, but I'm going to cut it. It's not going to make the final cut here. 3 more cards and I have playables. Plus, I could always play like Toils of Night and Day. Ooh, hello. Ooh, hello. Ooh. Alright, well this could be the finisher we're talking about, but Rise from the Tide? Do we actually have that many instants or sorceries, though? Nephalia Moondrakes is just good. As a flyer that jumps other flyers. Rise from the Tide with 1. I guess we have 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 potentially. I think I'm supposed to just take Rise over the Moondrakes. There's a good chance I get this back, maybe. This is also good. Uninvited Geist turns into a 3/3 unblockable. I think I'm going to be a Rise. Not 100% sure about that. Counter target spell, that's the second spell cast this turn. Too finicky. Outwit, counter target spell that targets a player. Thatcher Revolt makes 3 1/1s, but you sacrifice them as a sorcery. Not that desperate for Rise. Stolen Goods, target opponent exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile a non-land. You may cast without paying its mana cost. Both creatures have hexproof. This card's fine. I'm going to take Stolen Goods because it's cool. Not because it's necessarily that good. Just randomly get a card from your opponent's library is not necessarily great. Alright, Gate Crash. No, this is Dragon's Maze. Is it Gilgate? Pretty easy here. There's just nothing else in this pack for us, which is a bit of a shame. Some good ones. Feral Animus, Woodlock Crawler are decent. Don't mind picking up one piece of fix in here. Drastic Revelation would be really nice with Rise from the Tides. Reconsider this. If we're just using this to like stop blockers, it's not very good. Alright, we do have playable count now though. I guess double cast into Rise is ambitious as well. Electromancer, huh? Don't mind Mizium Skin, but we'll take that. Fits the deck pretty nicely. Good thing they print Electromancer in every set now, so higher chance of getting it in our Chaos Draft. This card has been in like 3 sets, I think. It's been in this, it was in Guilds of Ravnica, it was in some Master set right before Guilds of Ravnica. I don't remember if it was M25 or Iconic Masters. I really don't remember, but Sludge Spider has a lot of text and is off color. Constricting Tendrils, -3/-0 cycle in. Could be in for that. Or Military Sphere. Just guarantees you hit land drops. It's not terrible. I'm going to go ahead and take the cycle in card here. Get this back out. Probably not playing Stolen Goods either. We do have an Icy Manipulator in our deck. Fumiko is kind of cool with Surikar Banisher. Forces them to attack. It's the creature tap, bounce it. Yeah, I kind of like how our deck came together. Sworn Guardian 1/3 or C-Red. Don't think this is a deck that wants C-Red. Don't think it's any deck wants a 1/3 really, so just take a card, put it in the board. I'm not going to wheel anything either out of this pack, so this is kind of what our deck is. It's a little bit of a shame. We didn't get too much out of this last pack, or at least nothing that's super exciting. Blade Tusk Boar, Goblin Electromancer. Electromancer is not like insane in our deck. It is good with this Churning Eddy, though. Here we go. Molten Birth or Soul's Fire. Stream of Consciousness, not really. Generator Servant. I think I take Molten Rebirth. It's good with Adeliz, good with Electromancer. I could also take Soul's Fire, but we don't have big creatures at all. So yeah, I'm going to take Molten Rebirth here. Or Molten Birth, I suppose, is the actual name of the card. At the very worst, this is 3 mana for 2 counters, or 2 creatures. Just taking literally anything there. Trap Finder's Trick. Yeah, that's not a card. Might cut Hostile Minotaur. Alright, Ghostly Wings or Senseless Rage. Yeah, not playing either of them. We don't want random enchantments in this deck. Target's a player. That's pretty bad. Counter target spell. That's the second spell. That's so finicky. Counter target spell. That's the second spell cast this turn. Wait, what? Wouldn't this be the second spell cast? Morgue Burst is nice, but we're not playing anything there. Yeah, if my opponent casts a spell and I cast this doesn't do anything. So it can't counter the first spell they play. So you have to hope your opponent plays a spell, and then your opponent plays another spell, and then you can counter the second spell. I like Mizzium Skin. Do have to cut some cards here. Rocket Disciple seems bad. Stone Minotaur? Nah, I kind of like the Minotaur in this deck. Maybe I don't need Mizzium Skin until I see something for it. Constricting Tendrils, at the very least Cycles, and Shower of Sparks as well could be pretty bad. Alright, let's take out Mizzium Skin. And, oh, we have to cut one more as well? No, Izzet Guildgate. Alright, looks like it's going to be a pretty easy split, 8 and 8 plus the Izzet Guildgate. Yeah, we can do 8 and 8. Got some double red in there, I believe. Easy. Boom. There you go. There's a deck. Print screen. And we're going to play a 6-2 and hope to win with that. Don't have a lot of raw power, but we've got a little bit of trickiness up our sleeves, and that's my playstyle. So let's see how it does. Thanks for tuning in. This might be the last episode, I'm not sure. But thanks for tuning in. Regardless, my name's Timothy. Let's get to match 1. Alright, match 1. Look at this little combo here. It kills 2 drops. Alright, we're on the draw. I think my deck kind of wants to be on the play. I am trying to play a little bit of a tempo game here. I'm going to lead off with the Izzet Guildgate, and instead of keeping up Shower of Sparks, just kind of makes sense. Play Ether Chaser on turn 2. Up against Jorath Gierstad? I don't know. Sorry, Jorath. Oh, Putrid Leech? What? Putrid Leech is the real deal. It's like too good of a card. Right, let's go Razorfin Hunter here instead. Maybe we can get our opponent to pay some life and then go, boom, Shower of Sparks plus ping it. My Merfolk Goblin versus your Zombie Leech. What? Is my opponent playing actual Jund here? Like, you have a straight up constructed deck? Putrid Leech, too good. So they pay 2 life, I take 4. I believe this is once per turn, right? No follow-up from the opponent's fine. I'm gonna play Ether Chaser here. We're gonna try to get our opponent. We're gonna try to get him. All right, if my opponent plays Bloodbraid Elf, I'm calling shenanigans. It's so risky to go for something here. Nah, all right, we're not gonna get him. Or we could try to get him. In response, they can only activate this once per turn, right? Yeah. All right, let's try to get him here. In response, we're trying to kill their Putrid Leech. If they have a pump spell, I just get super punished here, but Shower of Sparks might not get any better. Do this while the Putrid Leech is on the stack. Yes, we got him. We got him. It worked. Oh my god, it worked. Vampiric Sliver. All slivers have whenever a creature... Okay, they're vampires, sure. Alright, well, let's see if our opponent runs into this one. Attack with Ether Chaser. I will, in fact, make the servo. My opponent can't block, but they might not think they can't block. Alright, and then could play Fumiko, force my opponent to attack into me. Or I could play Blade Tusk Boar. We definitely want to play a 4-drop, I think. Blade Tusk Boar seems good while I'm ahead. Yeah, so if this deals damage to something, that creature ends up dying that turn. Vampiric Sliver will get a +1 counter. Looks like my opponent's splashing red here. Possibly splashing green, but more likely they're splashing red. Scuttle and Death. They can sack this to give a creature -1/-1 until end of turn. That's reasonable. Also has Soul Shift, which probably won't matter unless for some reason Zombie Leech ends up being a friggin' Spirit, but it's not. Go ahead and shoot them for 1. Alright, they're going to kill that in response. So 5 mana to kill my 2-drop. Seems reasonable to me. And we get to keep attacking. Ooh. Well, Fumiko is actually quite nice. I was kind of joking when I said that, but we get to play Fumiko, force our opponent to attack, and then banish her it back to their hand. Fumiko could also just block it. It'll have Bushido 1. Bushido is always equal to the number of attacking creatures, whether that's me or my opponent attacking. So if this attacks, it has Bushido equal to the number of attacking creatures I control. Whoa. Uh-oh. Next level plays. Scalebands Elite. 5 mana, 4/4 pro black. That's cool. Opponent played that pre-combat. So 1 attacking creature, it'll get -1/-1. So, or no, this gets +1/+1. Yeah, this is not flanking. Protection from black. Okay. They are on a 3-turn clock with Blade Tusk Boar, though. And they have to attack out, so there's no blocking or anything like that. Let's go and bounce this Vampiric Sliver back to their hand. I can attack with Fumiko here. Actually, I think I can attack with everything. If they block Fumiko and I have 4 attacking creatures, it gets Bushido 4. So they just straight up can't block this. They can block here and take 3, 6, 7, and then they have to attack into me. Yeah, I'm just going to attack with everything. They're going to eat Ether Chaser is their best block. And that's not even that big of a deal here. This puts them down to 2, dead to any of these 3 creatures. And keep in mind, this doesn't have Vigilance. It looks like it has Vigilance, but it doesn't. It's a Hateful card. Opponent does have 3 cards in hand, though. At 2 life, they have to at very least kill Blade Tusk Boar, gain some life. That went well. Putrid Leech is nice, but that went well. Wonder if we want Stolen Goods here. I mean, none of these cards are good against Putrid Leech. Coral Net. Yeah, that might be good. We saw mostly green creatures there. I don't expect Shower of Sparks to actually be very good. Let's try it out. Let's try it out. Nah. Double cast. I guess I never went back and saw if double cast was going to be good or not, but I imagine with counter spells, multiple counter spells in my deck, it's probably not, and most of my spells that are worth double casting being 6 drops, probably not. Opponent's got 4 colors in their deck too. Alright, Yoroth Gjerstad. Match to Easy Mole. Easy Mole. This is a keep. Sure. Keep that on top. Lets me play Adeliz and Molten Rebirth. I always want to say this is Molten Rebirth, but that is not what the card is called, so I don't know why I keep saying that. Prize Construct, not super great here. I mean, maybe. No 2-drop. Our opponent having 4 colors playing double black is a little sketch. Triple black. We've got Skirstag Supplicant. 2 mana, or 3 mana, 2/3. Discard a card, each opponent loses. 2 life. That's not too bad. We're going to go and play Adeliz here and attack for 2. Next turn I can play Birth and attack for 3 with this. Potentially just play Hostile Minotaur instead, or Icy. I like to save Icy when I have 5 lands so that I can play it and activate it for the turn. Obviously, we end up with a turn where we literally can't cast anything but Icy, then we'll play it, but I like to wait on playing Icy over my other cards for a turn where I can actually activate it. Against my opponent's deck, Icy could be good tapping lands too. I don't suspect Skirstag Supplicant is going to be too big of a problem here. Can just attack for 2. This was one of the weaker cards in Eldritch Moon. Oh, you discarding? No, you just attack. Just attack. Don't be fancy. If we draw a land, probably just play Hostile Minotaur and jam. Yeah, I'll jam into Vampiric Sliver with a Hostile Minotaur. Opponent either takes the trade or get in more damage. Use my mana too. Kind of at parity right now with the opponent. Alright, they do take the trade. Get hit back for 2. Opponent boarded into mono black here or something. Okay, can I see what the card my opponent cast was? Expunge. Destroy target non-artifact, non-black creature can't be regenerated. And it cycles? It's really good. Here, I'm just going to play Wavecrash Triton, I think. Or I could play Icy this turn. Let's play Wavecrash Triton. It blocks this thing. I don't care if they activate it. That just lets cards I have to deal with. Opponent might have taken out all their janky colored stuff and just be mono black right now. I don't know. Alright, I am going to play Prize Fodder Construct first. And then next turn go for the Icy Tap, I think. This dies to a lot, obviously. But my opponent might not be expecting the Icy Manipulator. Opponent's discarding here, probably just pitching another land to deal 2 to me. Discard a green creature. So my opponent didn't take out their colors. Tarka Beastmaster is a good one. So my opponent's just straight up missing a color here. Scuttle and Death. Okay. Doesn't do too much. Ooh. Still gonna play. I could play 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's play Icy here. And we'll end up tapping this thing. Alright, we got green mana. We've got green mana. There's the Putrid Leech. Tap that. Next turn we'll go Cloudskate, probably on Leech. Oh, turn an Eddy as well. So what does this do? Return a creature and a land to its owner's hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, and keep up Manipulator. Attack for 6. Then next turn I can go Cloudskate. That does make me use my Manipulator right now, but I think that's fine. Let's tap this, because I'd rather my opponent be stranded with another green card. And then bounce this and this to our opponent's hand. Attack for 6. Alright, so 3 unknowns in hand from the opponent. Putrid Leech, and 3 unknowns. No blocks. Riftwing Cloudskate coming down, going to be pretty good here. If that's their only play, then I get to do the same thing. Just also have Riftwing Cloudskate up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cast this. Bounce Putrid Leech again. Tap this thing. Attack for 6. That leaves my opponent dead to Riftwing Cloudskate next turn. So they have to deal with this right now. Immediate threat. I don't think I'm going to block Scuttle and Death here. Go down to 6. Does put me very close to dead with the Supplicant if they can actually deal with Riftwing Cloudskate. But they have to kill it. They can't use a... Oh, well, then they're in trouble because I can tap and attack with Prizefighter Construct. Let's see what they have here. It's a lot of mana. I'm just getting like fireballed out of the game or something. Wild Call. That's not going to do it. Manifest with all of your mana. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and attack for 2 in the air. Attempt to attack for 2 in the air. And as long as this isn't a 0 mana flyer, I think we're good. Oh, they can Trinket, right? Right. Good play, opponent. Well, if that's the case, they probably should have kept up a mana for Skurstag and tried to race me here. Nice. I forgot they can sack that 5 mana creature to give a creature -1. So opponent's not dead. Which means I could still be dead here. Cast this, see if we win the coin flip. Doesn't matter. Hey, I won. Guess what? Cast it again. Hey, won the first time. Call heads again. Hey, I won. Alright, well, here's a bunch of 1/1s. We're going to tap this, obviously. Putrid Leech in hand for the opponent. And 2 unknown cards. Tap that. All on the floor. Tap that. Give me some more. Okay. See what my opponent can muster up. I've got 7 lethal creatures, but I thought I had lethal last turn, and I didn't. Alright, opponent not replaying the dude. So I'm going to send in with all of the elementals plus Riftwing. They got something for this too, huh? Full of tricks. 6 mana. Creatures with Shadow get +1/+0 until end of turn. Okay, this is some nonsense card. They manifested that. They're still dead to Riftwing Cloudskate though, right? Stronghold Overseer? Yeah, they still died to the Cloudskate though. So double black and your non-shadow creatures get -1/-0, and then your shadow creatures get +1/+0. Okay, I don't have anything. Guess that's a good card to know about. Did we win game 1? Oh, we did win game 1. That's the whole match, so 2-up. This is a good game, I guess. Opponent got mana screwed there, took advantage of it, and did a lot of bouncing, but we didn't really pressure him that much in match 2, so. Also, almost fell for the trick of thinking we had lethal when we didn't. I mean, we fell for it, but ended up not mattering. Anyway, enough ramble. It's really late at night. Match 2 coming up. All right, match 2 is up against Dr. Spectacles. This hand isn't amazing, but suspend Cloudskate on 2 into cancel is fine. I guess this is an okay hand. Could use a red mana to really push it over the top, I think. Turn 2 Cloudskate's nice. Opponent's got a 1-drop. Rune Stalactite. This equips, gives a creature +1, and turns into every creature type. Just a reasonable equipment. Oh, not the upkeep. Stop. Suspend. Pass. Next turn, hold up, cancel. Probably get beat around by whatever our opponent's 2-drop creature is here. Screeching Scab. Mill themselves for 2. They milled Counterspell and Maze Glider. It's a 3/5 that gives your multicolored creatures flying. Alright. Cloudskate's got 2 turns. Don't keep eye on that. And we'll just ship here. Get hit for possibly 3. Hold up cancel, which opponent might not play into. Okay. Oh, the 2/2 equip? Alright, this isn't too bad. It might hit me for 6 total. Doesn't mean I'm not going to use my cancel mana this turn. It's a little bit of a bummer. But Cloudskate comes off next turn. Alright, red. I'm just going to go and play Blade Tusk Boar here. Next turn I can play Banisher to bounce this and maybe Cloudskate a land or something. So it doesn't matter too much that I don't have cancel mana up. As long as my opponent doesn't play a hexproof creature or something dumb. Not blocking. It's all types. Oh, Soratami Savant. 4 mana 2/2 flying. Return a land you control to its owner's hand. Counter that spell unless its controller pays 3. Alright, that's an interesting creature. I'm just going to go ahead and get bounced here. And we close the gap quite a bit. Cloudskate comes out with haste. I always hate suspend. You gotta like throw it over here, cast it, it goes back over here, hits the battlefield, it just flies all over the friggin' place. Might even play Adeliz here. Nah, I'm gonna go ahead and bounce their dude. Take all the pressure they have off, add a 3/3 to the board. Next turn we have Adeliz plus cancel. They can't just... Oh, opponent conceded. Okay. The tempo is real. That was a nice draw. Nice draw. The red mana pushed it over the top there. Didn't really see too much that I'm going to board against here. Alright, yeah. I'm going to leave the deck exactly the same, and we'll see how we do in game 2 on the draw instead of on the play. But I think our deck against another control deck probably just wants to be on the draw, maybe. Maybe not. I mean, we're playing Memory Lapse, Cancel. We want to be on the play, for sure. I've never seen that Moonfolk before, though. 3 mana, bounce a land, mana leak your opponent. Seems like there are some board states where you just can't beat that card. But, Riftwing Cloudskate does beat that card. Alright, Dr. Spectacles, I assume, is going to be on the play this time. This hand's very slow, but I'm going to keep it. Got the Stalactite again? No Stalactite. Alright, I think I've mentioned this before, but if you do keep a 5-land hand, you will guarantee draw a 6th land every single time. Is it Signet? Uh-oh. I don't like the ramp when I'm playing this slow hand. Electromancer doesn't actually do anything, but it is a body to put on board, so that's something. Alright, here's their Savant. I'm happy to kind of jam spells into that. Also happy to attack into it here. Maybe I'm not happy to just jam spells into that. Maybe they just pass with 3 mana up. It's going to be hard to play spells. Doorkeeper. Alright, I see the game plan here. I have to play spells, right? What if I pay 3? That's brutal. I just can't cast a spell here. Can't attack either. Yeah, because they can just replay the land. I mean, I can play spells and make it so my opponent can't actually get more lands out. But what happens, I mean, they can pay 6 mana and just counter a spell, right? I can basically never play a spell again, as long as they keep 3 mana up. Alright, Sidewinder Drake can only block flying creatures. It's a 3/1. This is actually messed up now that I'm thinking about it. Icy Manipulator, I can't play it. I have to get to a turn where I can play 2 spells? It's ridiculous. And my opponent's got 5 in the air. Alright, let's just go to the next game here. We're not about playing around whatever this nonsense is. Yeah, if I don't have anything on board and I can't attack them, I cast a spell, they counter it. They replay their land, cast a spell, counter it. Can't win against that nonsense. My spells aren't cheap enough that I can cast a bunch of spells in the same turn. Definitely going to take the play here. Alright, this seems reasonable. It does need to draw more land for sure. For sure. The thing does something. I'm not going to kill too many of my opponent's creatures, but Pinger's a Pinger. 2 turns to draw a land for Atlas would be nice. Keep in mind our opponent has Counterspell in their deck. Alright. Guaranteed, if you keep 5 spells, you will draw a spell on your next turn. Moment of Truth. I don't want to just lose to this deck when I didn't get to play game 2. But we have some time to draw lands here. My opponent having the upkeep stop is really annoying. Tracker's Instincts. Look at top 4, put a creature in their hand, and then it flashes back for 2 and a blue. Which one did they take? Those are both good creatures. Which one did they take? Reveals, puts Grun into their hand, so we know they have a Grun in their hand. Land, please. Well, I don't know why I just attacked there. Guess I'm tilting a little bit, not hitting the 3rd land. Against the tempo deck that's going to have this. I mean, if I get Icy out, then I don't care too much about cards like Grun. 3/6. Nice. Jesus. Alright, just pass. Enters the battlefield tapped. Oh, lose the Mana Screw, I guess, after not playing game 2. Oh, they still have Grun in hand. I don't know why I got rid of that. Yep. Also turn off auto yields. Sure. Yeah, we're going to be facing down Grun next turn. It's going to be too late. Sure. Man. It's a shame. I like our deck. I think our deck could 3-0. Alright, I've seen enough. I have seen enough. We can cycle that, try to hit a land, they untap like Grun. We just have no way to deal with it. Let's go for the 2-0, or the 2-1. See you in match 3. Alright, we're back. Match 3 against Imperium. So we have a 2, a 4, and a 6, but nothing to do in between those. We also didn't get to play our last 2 games, unfortunately. We got... I don't know. I've never seen that Moonfolk. I've never seen that Moonfolk before, but it basically said we could never cast a spell for the rest of the game. And then game 3, we just fell too far behind. Opponent ramped. We got stuck on 2. I'm not about wasting people's time. Wow. Skull Clamp. Okay. It's going to be one of those games. Alright, Adeliz is something to do in between here. So, I mean, we've got a curve 2 into Adeliz into the hostile Minotaur. When this dies, I discard at random. Random always hits something I want to keep in my hand, every single time. And they can Skull Clamp it. I'm going to play Adeliz here instead of showering that. They can Skull Clamp it if they want. But I'm not going to beat this card in the long run. They're going to draw 2. I'm going to discard a card. It's ridiculous. Kind of want to keep Shower of Sparks because it's probably good against a lot of the cards that they're going to have in a Skull Clamp deck. Kind of want to keep all my cards. Alright, we lost the Minotaur, the card we're most likely to play next turn, of course. But, see, I guess if I had to pick a card to discard, I'd probably discard Sea God's Revenge. And they killed a tapped creature. Wonderful. Alright. We'll kill, or not kill him, deal 2, and play Icy Manipulator. Shower of Sparks at the ready next turn, but not super effective. Secluded Step. Just got a bunch of Vintage Masters cards. First Strike Vigilance. Alright, we're going to shower that in Sparks. Maybe we just Icy Manipulator them. On upkeep, tap down their Swamp. Yeah, let's shower them in Sparks. Just keep them off black cards here unless they have another Swamp. Cavalry Drill Master. 2/1 that draws them 2 cards. Seems really good. Yep. Alright, they have another black, so we're off of that plan. This is unfair. Vintage Masters shouldn't even be in this. It's not even a paper set. It's not even a real set. It's a fake set. This had to have been first pick too. There's no way they drafted a bunch of X1s. They're like, oh, Skull Clamp would be great in my deck. Skull Clamp's like the dream. It turns all those terrible cards in like the Odyssey packs and the Judgment packs and stuff into like 2 cards a creature. Like what is this? Sea God's Revenge, probably not very good against a lot of the creatures they'll play either. Alright, Caustic Crawler, 5 mana, 4/3. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may have target creature get -1 until end of turn. Okay, and they're going to clamp it up. Alright, that seems interesting. If they can get more than 1 land, they can kill Electromancer? Ether Chaser. That's really awkward with them having played that. We'll wait on it. No point in running it out. Could play Sea God's Revenge here. I'll wait a turn on that as well. Alright, it's going to give my Electromancer -1/-1. They can get another land into play. They can just straight up kill my guy. Never seen this card before. It's from Worldwake. And it's what, normally a 4/3? Seems decent. He's going to keep me off playing the next one here. Oh. Whoops. Guess I'm taking 5 for no reason. Mega whoops. Opponent just passes here. 4 cards in hand. Oh, a 1 X1, great. Well, let's go ahead and attack. Enduring Victory. Destroy target attacker or blocking creature, bolster 1. Alright. I just Sea God's Revenge now. I've got Icy though. Kind of want to... My opponent can stockpile lands, which is the problem. They don't have to play them. They've got plenty. They're going to play out a land though, which is interesting. Midvast Protector, 4 mana 2/3. When it enters battlefield, target creature gains protection from the color of your choice. Doesn't matter too much. They also have enough mana if they play a land to replay both their spells. I'm trying to get them to play out all their lands here. And then I can maybe play these. Let's go ahead and actually tap this time. Playing out another creature. Brilliant Halo, +1/+2. When it's put into your graveyard from the battlefield, return it to its owner's hand. Okay, so they're going to get that back. That's not too big of a deal. Alright, that's pretty good because I can keep up the Icy here. Let's go ahead and bounce their creatures. This is just kind of wasting time, to be honest. Wavecrash Triton. Does this give flying? No, just +1/+2. I don't think I actually want Wavecrash Triton. It doesn't get through here. Alright, there's the Caustic Guy. See if they play a land. Tar Pit Warrior. Becomes the target of a spell or ability. Sacrifice it. Okay. Well, that dies to Icy Manipulator. Yeah, I'm going to play that. Guess I play both these guys this turn. The chances they have a land is so high. This doesn't even work with Skull Clamp. It just dies before it becomes equipped. I've got to kill this somehow. I don't think I'm supposed to run my 2 creatures out. Their other guy is the 2/3. They have the Brilliant Halo, and they have 1 unknown. Just giving them free attacks. Alright, I'm going to play both my guys. They're going to kill one with a land. Oy. This card's doing work on me right now. If I could have resolved this a couple turns ago, I'd feel fine. I'd have an actual source of damage coming in. Sea God's Revenge with no pressure on board is not very good. Alright, they're going to basic land cycle. It's fine. It's basically just using this as a kill spell, I assume, for my Razorfin Hunter. Which is fine. I think Absorb Viz only goes to the face anyway. Yeah, so they couldn't have killed a creature with that. And we know 2 of their cards are the Brilliant Thingamabobber, the Halo, plus... Oh, you've got another card. When it enters the battlefield, we control 2 or more gates, whatever. It's 4 mana, 2/4. So we know there are 2 cards in hand. They're not lands. Sure. Alright, we could really use a spell here. Sure. Could really use a spell here. So do I attack to get in damage here? And take 4 on the swing back? Block with the servo? Think so. Just falling behind. I know my opponent has another creature in hand. I don't have a lot of ways to get in. Icy's only going to deal with so many creatures here. I'm probably going to take 8. If they play a land, they can kill one of my creatures. 1/1. This can level up all the way to a 5/5 first strike. Cost 2 to level up. Sure. Alright, so opponent's empty. Oh no, they're going for this instead of going for the... Huh, okay. No attack, huh. I guess that makes sense. Come on, give me a spell, please. I need a spell. Molten Rebirth is a spell. Molten Rebirth is definitely a spell. Alright, let's see what happens with this first, because we're definitely casting it no matter what. Heads worked last time. Hey, I won. That's good. Cast it again. Tails this time. Yes! Alright, that changes things a lot. So now I can go Icy Manipulator, tap this. This still doesn't have flying. Attack for 2, and this thing can't profitably block it. Or I could just play Molten Rebirth, or Molten Birth one more time. If I tap this and attack with everything... Oh, not everything. Just attack with Ether Chaser. Put him down to 3. We get close to killing him here. So I think I'm going to do that. And then next turn play some more Molten Births. Letting the shields down. Yeah, they can pick things off with the Caustic Crawler, but we're putting them down to 3 here. We know one of their cards is kind of a blank creature. Really? They conceded. They weren't dead there. Thought I was losing that game. Stolen goods against this opponent. Could be good, could be bad. Is CoralNet good? The X1s look a little bit worse, but that's only one card that punishes us for having the X1s, right? Skull Clamp, though, like, what do you do about Skull Clamp? I don't know. You hope your opponent doesn't draw Skull Clamp, I suppose. I need to stop hitting that. This pops up every time I hit whatever the notification is down here, and I'm not sure why it does that. Okay, we have kind of the same draw we had that last game, or last match, where we go turn 2, suspend skate, although we are on the draw this time, not the play. No Skull Clamp's nice. Ophidian's also decent. Plus. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have too many early drop creatures. We know they're playing a bunch of X1s. Martyr of Dusk. It's a good one. Alright, no mountains to speak of. Go ahead and suspend our Cloud Skate. Might just play Ophidian next turn, depending on what our opponent does here. Instead of holding up Cancel. Morph. Interesting. We didn't see any morphs last game. Keep track. Alright, Izzet Guildgate. Kind of annoying, isn't it? Playing Island, and I'm going to play Ophidian here. They attack with the Morph. Black mana. And Morph could literally be anything. I'm not playing around it until I know what it is. Tar Pit Warrior. It's a 3/4. That's pretty big. Could just kill it with Riftwing Cloud Skate in a turn. Alright, we're going to go Izzet Guildgate and pass with Cancel up. Tar Pit Warrior is definitely coming in to kill us. And possibly the Morph too. But at least Ophidian holds back the 2/1 here. So we'll be a little more stable next turn, and we've got Cancel up this turn. The Izzet Guildgate's a nice little mask. It makes it look like we don't have anything to do. Alright, no attack with the Morph is interesting. Wow, Cathar's Crusade. Cancel that. Wow. Jump over here, cast it, jump back over here, triggers down here. So I think we're just supposed to kill Tar Pit Warrior instead of fiddling around with the Morph. That seems good to me. And Adeliz off the top is nice as well. Let's see, if I attack with Ophidian, they can just block here. So I don't think I'm attacking with Ophidian. I'm going to play Hostile Minotaur, though. Uses my mana better. It attacks for more damage. They'd have to double block to kill it. I doubt they're just chumping with Martyr. They'll probably just take 5. Yep. 2 in hand from the opponent. Black Cat I'm not as worried about right now, because Black Cat's a lot worse when you don't have Skull Clamp. Fumiko's a little bit of a dead card here. Play Adeliz. Probably just attack with my flyers. I actually don't even mind if Black Cat dies, but if I attack with the Minotaur, they go block, block. They get a 1/1 lifelink. Just going to attack with flyers here. I don't really want to discard these spells. So if I draw a red source, Fumiko would actually be very nice. Just force my opponent to attack in. Rise from the Tides. Not close. We have 1. Same deal. I'm just going to jam with the flyers. This is a 3-turn clock if the opponent does nothing. Enduring victory. Okay, and that bolsters, so Black Cat or Martyr of Dusk become a little bit bigger. Still got my Rippling Cloudskate coming in, so it's not too big a deal. I'm holding on to this island because I wouldn't mind discarding it to the Black Cat. Wonder if they start attacking with the 3/2 here. Probably. Forgot they had this, to be honest. Cavalry Drill Master, get them in with another creature if they want. I'm so trained to click that. It's just not really aesthetically pleasing on this already not aesthetically pleasing background. I think I'm starting to ramble. It's really late. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning right now, guys. And we're playing against someone who has a Skull Clamp in their deck, so that's how I feel. I'm probably not blocking anything this turn. They do have to figure out. All right, on the Black Cat, huh? Okay, so they're going to get in for 6 here. Sure. Minotaur can attack him back now. It's a big hit. All right, that's fine as well. Just a creature to add to the board again. Yeah, I'm still just going to keep Minotaur back. If I do block with these two, they either take Ophidian or double block Minotaur or just let 3 through. Yeah, just Cloudscape. Not going to get too greedy here. I think my board's pretty stable against my opponent's board. At this point, I'll just block Black Cat, especially if it's not going to trade with one of my creatures. Hostile Minotaur can probably trade for Martyr of Dusk at this point. Since the Minotaur can't really get in on the opponent anyway. Would have been super dead if our opponent resolved Cathar's Crusade. You've got something here? That would be very surprising. Oh, they do have something. It's probably this morph. Probably like regenerate. Prevent all damage from non-soldiers, and this is in fact a soldier. Okay. Does morph into a 1/1 though. And they've got to play, so a 2/4. Alright. There we go. Gonna go and play Molten Birth. 1/2. Can't quite cast that into Rise from the Tides. Could also cast Fumiko, which forces my opponent to attack 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got blocks. They have 1 in hand. Yeah, let's play Fumiko here. It just makes it very likely I can swing back and kill them next turn. As long as I don't die this turn. They'll be attacking with 5 creatures, so this will have Bushido 5, which means they can just eat the 2/4. Alright, and they just concede to that. Neat. So, we did lose that game to, a little bit of Mana Screw and a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but I liked our deck. It was a nice little control deck. Didn't do anything spectacular there, but we did have some sick curve outs, and we lost to a really obnoxious card that I've never seen before. I kind of want to know the name of the card, but Mana Leak? 3 mana, bounce a land, Mana Leak a card. Brutal. I hope I didn't misread that or something, because it seems really ridiculous if you're far ahead of the opponent. They just can't cast spells. At any rate, I don't know. We might be doing one more of these. We'll keep an eye out for it, but we didn't trophy this time. We did make our play points back, and that's fine. And yeah, this continues the streak of 2-1s and 3-0s, and that's it. So it's really late. I'm getting to the point where I'm falling asleep while talking. So let's stop rambling and let's say our goodbyes. My name is Timothy here with Manarox. I appreciate you spending your night with me, your time with me, your day with me, whatever time of day it is. Thanks for spending it here, and I will see you guys next time.